space, critiquing the human race. A show that covers every base, with reviews coming at your face.
So take a seat, put up your feet, listen to the beat, take a peek, you're in for a treat, cause this is Beat Freaks.
We stay strange at all times, breaking down these fresh rhymes.
A good convo I won't decline, so just hit play and watch it shine.
Coming hard like comets, join the convo, leave a comment.
Reviews like this ain't common, this is our word, come on in.
Beat Freaks. Start us off.
Don't tell me what to do, Steven. This is Beat Freaks, though. And we raise our, well...
Our four fingers.
Our three fingers.
For our four founding fathers. They go behind
Live streaming has come as a bit of a challenge for the two of us.
You didn't let me tell you who our four founding fathers were.
Who are the four founding fathers? I'm intrigued.
Tupac, Biggie, Niles, and LL Cool J. One of those is not like the other.
Oh, which is it? That's a good question.
Nas, because everyone forgets he exists.
Let's.
Okay.
How can you forget Nas exists?
Nah, because
when
think
he
in the
lets
90s.
DJ Khaled promote for him every album.
I mean, you're right. But like, when you think of the 90s, you think of Can't Touch This, alright?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you think of. No, it's not, but
You're
pretend it is.
talking about MC Hammer.
That's LL Cool J. Same thing. Wow, you're right. I'm an idiot.
Wait. You were trying to put MC Hammer up with Biggie, Pac, and Nas. That's what you just said.
It was a joke.
To me.
Forget it. Welcome to Beat Freaks.
Beat Freaks all day, where we'd have debates on stupid shit like this.
Yeah, like if MC Hammer is as good as Tupac, which clearly he is. So
he is. I mean, that song is golden.
It's iconic.
Iconic.
Alright, speaking of an iconic artist, we're going to start by talking about Drake today. So Drake has done it again with his new single, Nice for What? Top of the charts. Replaced himself after 11 weeks at #1, which now he has 3 songs in the top 5.
Yeah.
He's like the 4th artist ever to do that. First since Justin Bieber did it back in like 2016 or something like that.
Oh God, setting trends, Bieber boy.
Yeah, and then like 50 Cent actually did it.
Yeah.
And Beatles. That's it. 4 artists.
Drake, the Beatles, 50 Cent, and Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a collection. It's a really interesting song, though. Nice for What? Like, you know, Lauryn Hill sample.
Yeah.
We were just listening to Lauryn Hill. Which it's really interesting. It came out like right after, like shortly after Cardi dropped that song, "Be Careful."
Yeah.
Which also sampled Lauryn Hill.
Also a good song.
Great song, yeah. Good, very good song. Enjoyed Cardi's album.
We'll get there.
Yeah, don't you feel it's almost tactical? You know,
I mean, you don't know.
Especially since Nicki dropped her 2 singles,
I mean,
you know, just
Drake
recently
dropped
after.
Cardi dropped "Be Careful" before the album, right?
Yeah, before
okay,
it was a week before the album.
Drake dropped it the day of the album. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, sure, Drake was planning a song that time because he figured, all right, let's try to stay #1, you know.
Yeah.
His other songs were stayed #2 actually.
I'm just saying, you know, he's Drake. You know, he's hearing the buzz about Cardi. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
him and Nicki are close.
Drake had like last year. He didn't really do much chart wise. His last album didn't chart any songs up top. You know, he didn't have a song in the top 100 for the first time ever. Really, since he
he dropped out for the first time in like 8 years or something.
The first time ever since he started putting out songs. Since,
yeah.
You know, what song was popular back in the day? Best I Ever
Best
Had.
I Ever Had.
So since then, basically.
Speaking of Drake, Best I Ever Had relevance. If you guys have not seen Donald Glover's Atlanta, you need to watch it. Like this new season has been amazing, and the reason I bring this up in relevance to Drake is because not the most recent episode, this week's episode, but the one prior to that was actually about the cast and extra characters going to a party at Drake's house.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
there was this one chick who got like rejected by the bouncer and dragged away, and she's like, I was invited. I was supposed to be here. She just gets dragged away, just cries. She's like, you the best. You the best.
Best I ever had. Okay, so
it's like, man, that show, just gotta plug it real quick, because
you're a big Donald Glover fan.
I'm a big Donald Glover fan, but I'm also just a fan of art, and I feel like this is really good art.
Yeah, of course. And you know, Drake's been on top of his game in 2018 so far. He's had a big year. He's planning an album, I've heard.
I heard something about that. I also heard he wasn't going to drop an album this year, so who knows what to believe.
Honestly, with all momentum he has, he should drop an album this year because he'll probably have his best-selling one, especially because the guy we're going to talk about next broke Spotify records for first-day streams.
J. Cole. Mr. J. Cole.
He actually sent me that post. 4.2 million, was it?
4.8 million,
oh,
I
in the
want
first
to say.
day. First day.
First day. That's, like, impressive. J. Cole's album, you know, surprise drop, as a lot of people are doing these days. You know, your boy The Weeknd dropped his album by surprise recently as well.
Yeah, that was like a fortune. Actually, not fortune. I completely forgot that happened. EP, yeah, it was like hello, John Isn't. We are tremendous. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight.
Hey, on that comment.
I completely forgot about that album, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was a really good, enjoyable album. It kind of reminded me of the Trilogy a bit.
Yeah.
Almost like a darker sound than what he's had in his pop days since he became really popular.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that it was like an old Trilogy album, so I had to go out and listen to the Trilogy albums, which I enjoyed quite a bit, and I definitely understand what you mean, because, like, this new album was very emotional, and it was very, like, atmospheric. And stuff, and that's what I really noticed about the Trilogy albums. They were just very dark and very atmospheric.
Yeah.
But this one felt like a little bit more refined. It felt like a little bit more like, you know, he had developed his style. Obviously, it's been that was 2011 those albums dropped.
Yeah,
so
a long time ago.
It's been like 7 years. And so he definitely, you know, he did his thing. It was a short release. Some people will probably vibe with it.
Yeah. And then, so we'll get to J. Cole now, that we talk about the Weeknd a little bit. J. Cole's newest album, K.O.D., could have many different meanings, I don't know. Kids on Drugs was the one I saw. Honestly, it wasn't my favorite J. Cole album. And at first I liked it a lot, the first listen through, and the more I listened to it, it's almost like the more I was like, this isn't as great as I thought it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd put it third, I think. I don't think it touches his last two albums, especially Forest Hill Drive, which is my favorite J. Cole album. But even the last album, I don't remember the name right now.
For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah. So that wasn't actually.
That was not an amazing album.
Yeah.
I didn't love that album. I like this album more than that last album, and I didn't listen to Forest Hill Drive all that much, so I can't comment on that.
Forest Hill Drive is an incredible album.
This has been the most I've enjoyed J. Cole since Born Sinner. His album back then, and yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. It was really interesting to see him put that kind of flip on the modern sound. It was almost, you know, it's almost like trying too hard. Like, we know J. Cole is lyrical. We know he's got the concepts. You know, he doesn't need to go after people making this kind of trap sound, but.
I mean, I enjoyed that track, though. I mean, I thought K.O.D. was a really hard track, you know?
Yeah.
The start of the album, and as soon as I hit that hook, I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be a good album. And then, like, it kind of went more melodic as we went on, and just stuff I was maybe less interested in.
Yeah. Like,
in the middle of the album, I felt like almost kind of boring for parts of it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the album, I mean, I've only listened to it a couple times. I haven't even listened to it really actively. Yeah. I've only really listened to it passively, but.
I mean, it has some good tracks in the middle, like Kevin's Heart. It's a good song in the middle, you know?
Kevin's Heart was good.
And the songs where he, like, kind of just goes in rapping, and he's rapping about meaningful things. That's, like, the J. Cole I think everyone likes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what he's known for, you know? Like, his whole last album had a whole theme to it he stuck with the whole time, which is not something that people are doing these days. So it's like, you know, he does that a lot, but on this album he kind of gets off that sequence, gets into, like, some singing and stuff like that. So it's kind of like he gets off, you know, that path. And then he gets back onto it to the end. The last few tracks, like, are just exactly what you want from J. Cole. So it's like, he has that middle segment where it kind of, in my opinion, goes like this. So it starts high, goes down to low, and ends high. Overall, like, a pretty solid album.
Solid album. I mean, definitely.
Yeah, it has its high points, it has its low points, but overall, it's, you know, not an album I complain about too much.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's an album that definitely re-cements relevancy, as well as one that you know, just he's trying something different. So it's hard to predict where you would go from here. What we got in comments, by the way? No, I saw a couple pop up.
It just shows people watching, and we have one comment.
Oh, okay.
I got it on my phone here. We're looking for comments. If you have a comment, you know, about the J. Cole album, write it in. We'll talk about it.
Questions, if you have questions we'll try to answer those.
If you want us to talk about something in particular that hopefully we've listened to, sure, go for it. We listen to a lot of things. So, Speaking of a lot of things, the weekend before J. Cole dropped, before 13,
Dude,
there were a lot of things that dropped.
that one Friday, so much dropped. I mean, what do we try to list the most of it? We got Cardi B.
Yeah, we'll talk about first.
Cardi B was, perhaps the biggest profile name to drop that Friday, but we also had we had Flatbush Zombies dropping. We had Famous Dex.
Yeah, that was Niles that got a text, by the way. His phone's the one using the recording because mine decided to die on us. Abby, you listen to country music. Unfortunately, we don't listen to country music that much. I'm sorry. Can't really talk about that too much.
Unfortunately, I am not too big of a fan of country music, and not to bash country music, but I have been a little bit. I have been a little bit salty this week because Taylor Swift put out a cover of September by Earth, Wind and Fire, and that is one of my most closest personal favorite songs to get down to, and she turned it into a massive guitar country thing. And
I mean, Taylor Swift's not even a country singer these days. She's more of a pop artist.
No, I mean,
so.
she kind of...
It's a crossover, but, like, I mean, her old stuff,
you
like,
heard
yeah,
it?
it's absolutely... No, I didn't listen to this, actually.
Like, it kind of went back to being that kind of country vibe, and I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, I liked Taylor Swift's old music. I just kind of stopped listening to her, but it was just kind of weird. It was just one of those weird things that make you feel like you're in a strange dimension that you don't quite know what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, you never really expect that to come out. But that's all I can really say about
Alicia said she
country
knows
music.
where you got those salt packets.
I did not... Wait, where did I get them from work? I don't think so, actually. I feel like I maybe got them from, like, Taco Bell or some shit. But that's that salt. I had my pockets. I had to pick one moment to use them, and that was it. So I hope the payoff was worth it.
Abby wants to know if you always carry salt in your pocket.
I can't say that I always carry salt, but I can say that I'm almost 100% of the time salty about something.
That's true. I can definitely attest to that. Niles is always salty. All right, so let's get into last Friday's music. Cardi B, the first one. You know, this album surprised me.
Yeah.
Because I was not expecting anything from Cardi B's album,
Yeah.
and I totally enjoyed it.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I've enjoyed Cardi B. You know, I mean, obviously I'm not like an old school fan of hers. Like when Bodak Yellow dropped, our buddy Turkana actually told me to listen to it. And the first time I heard it on the radio, I was like, yo, this is whack. I don't really know what's happening.
I didn't really enjoy it either, you know, but the more I listen to Cardi B, it's like the more I enjoy it.
The more I enjoyed it.
I don't know if it's like, you know, you listen to it enough, but like this album, I thought like it was just full of bangers, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And that's really what she does, I mean.
To be fair, it was a very safe album. It was definitely an album that was constructed in a way that was designed to be successful in the mainstream.
I mean, really, she wasn't going to be unsuccessful with the following she's had since Bodak Yellow dropped.
She's had so much buzz, so like the album was going to sell hard, was going to sell well, but the quality of the album was always up in question. People didn't know if she could put together a full project.
Yeah, which I think she did.
But she did. It's got a lot of diversity to it, but it's also got some great features. It's got some... You know, as for the features, it's got a great feature from SZA. I really like that. It's got Chance the Rapper on it.
Cool. Chance had a good verse.
Migos, of course. You know,
makes
Boo Boo and Boys.
Offset, you know.
But it definitely had a couple tracks that fell flat, but I think overall it showed that she has a kind of dedication to the product, and you know, it came out when that song "Be Careful" dropped, that it was written by a ghostwriter. You know,
but like, you know, you can't really
it's 2018.
Yeah, a lot of everyone has ghostwriters these days.
It really doesn't matter. What really matters is the final product, and even with this like mainstream trap sound, it's very easy to have a ghostwriter and still have a track that like is crap.
Yeah.
And the fact that this album came out so well and with so much diversity was really good. It will be interesting to see where it puts her in the next year or so. So she'll probably have to chill.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I think Cardi's trajectory going forward, you know, it's probably going to be a similar style. I can't see her switching it up. I know she had some singing in there, which she typically wasn't doing on her tracks that came out. I know Be Careful has a little singing on it, but then you had a song like Going Through Your Phone and something like that. So it's a bit of a different style.
Yeah.
But overall, you see her making that hard-hitting music that, like, I mean, they're really girls love in clubs, you know? And it's the kind of music that you listen to. Like, I'm sure if you go to, like, a bar and a Cardi B song comes on, all the girls are going to go nuts. And that's the point of the song, sorry, you know?
How do you feel about the whole Nicki Minaj thing? That, you know, again, she's you know, people were like, oh yeah, there's a beef, and then they were like, no, there's no beef, and now she's coming out, and it's just, yeah, I was upset, and it's just like,
I mean, I don't know why there can't be multiple female rappers on top of the charts, you know?
Yeah, no, there should be. There should be. Like,
if you make good music, you should be on top of the charts.
Exactly. Like, I'm all for a bigger pool of
I don't think just because, like, they're the
rappers.
top 2 female artists right now, like, in rap game, they don't need to, like, beef. Like,
yeah,
it's silly,
not,
you know?
it's not a necessity.
Yeah.
However, it would be really interesting if actual records came out. I mean, Cardi would get slaughtered.
Oh, she'd get bodied by Nicki. Absolutely.
Slaughtered.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't think she needs that right now, you know?
No, yeah, she's doing her own thing. She's having her career, and I think, honestly, like, Nicki probably, like, it was a little bit salty.
Yeah, but, you know, Nicki's had her top-selling albums before. I'm sure she'll have more, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Nicki hasn't put out an album in a while,
I'm anticipating whatever her next one to be really good, because she has something to prove.
Yeah, I think she'll definitely
She's, you know, last year she had her whole Remy Ma kind of beef, and then she had to put out she's put out a bunch of fire verses.
No songs, no albums in a while,
So the next body of work she does is gonna have to represent her in the next stage of her career.
Yeah, of course, I agree. So that wasn't the only album that came out last Friday.
So much.
One that you particularly enjoyed more than I, Flatbush Zombies' newest album.
Oh God, yeah, it's Flatbush Zombies. Been a fan of Flatbush Zombies for a long time, and the new album dropped 19 songs. Really, there's not much I can say about this album besides I thought it was amazing. Now, a lot of people seem to be polarized on the Flatbush Zombies. You know, you said you didn't really enjoy the album all that much.
I mean, to me,
my coworker Hunter likes to throw shade, and I'm like, forget that kid. But like, my buddy Chris loves them. They have a big fan base, and why do you think that they can be so polarizing?
I mean, they kind of have that like persona that's just really like vibrant on like their album covers. You know, like last 2. You know, I mean, they've made like a reference to like weed and one of their things. Right?
Yeah, sure.
So,
sure,
I mean, in like an album title, you know. So it's like, all right, they're from New York, right?
Yeah, the Brooklyn.
Flatbush makes sense. Okay, so I'm just figuring, you know, it makes sense to their name. That's pretty cool, you know. And they have some New York artists on their album with Joey Badass.
Yeah, they got Joey Badass feature. You know,
I appreciate that, you know?
They've been associated with Joey Badass from Pro Era for a long time, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, the music-wise, I didn't want to say the quality was like bad, you know. Like, like I didn't like the album because the music was bad. Like,
yeah, I thought the music was a total upgrade from the stuff they've done before.
Yeah, they make some pretty enjoyable music. To me, the album just dragged. I got to like track 13, and I was like, "Is this over yet?" But it was not nearly over.
The thing to me, because I completely get that. Like, I personally, as somebody who is a fan of their style, of the Michi's voice, of Juice's flow, of Eric's production and all that, of like, I love their style and I love the diversity that they brought to the album. I'm covering my face with my legs, but like, it is a lot of tracks, and you know we've had our discussion on album lengths before, and I kind of feel like this is the same thing. Like, they have a few target audiences that they were aiming to make for, and they just put a bunch of tracks out for all the different kinds of groups of fans they have to hope that most of them stream well.
And, you know, like a couple of albums we've mentioned so far, they're only like 12 songs. J. Cole's album's pretty short, it's like 40 minutes. Like, that's a pretty quick album. I mean, Cardi B's album isn't that long either, it's under an hour. This album, I'm sure, is over an hour. I didn't look at the
it's an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I think modern day, it's kind of long.
It is long. And if you know me, I'm always talking about how much I love albums that are short little packages of art, and I just think that it is impressive that they made such a consistent quality of music throughout 19 tracks.
Yeah.
And even, you know, I could understand it dragging on, but there's a lot. Like, I'm going to come back to almost every one of these songs.
Yeah,
it's almost like you with the Uzi album, to be honest.
I mean, and at the bonus album, there was like 20 album songs. So, but, you know, that's just, you know, artists we enjoy. You like Flatbush Zombie, you like Lil Uzi, you know, I'm not going to hate on it.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to listen to 19 Flatbush Zombie songs? Yeah, that's what they put them out for.
Exactly.
All right, so...
artist we both ended up enjoying. Surprise artist from last Friday was Famous Dex.
Yeah, you know, this album, I think you have to have a certain vibe to, like, really enjoy this album, which for me, like, driving here today, I was listening to it, because it's, like, a super nice day outside. It's, like, 60. For us, it's actually been freezing for the last, like, 4 months now.
Yeah, past weekend was nice.
Yeah, so anyway, I was driving here, window down, you know, I had the Famous Dex album on, and it just, like, it kind of reminds me of Playboy Cardi, but, like, with a little more of a chill kind of sound. I don't know if you listen to Playboy Cardi, but...
I listened to his really popular song and a couple others.
Yeah, so it kind of reminds me of his sound a little bit, but like it's kind of more on the chill side, which I didn't really know what to expect. I've never listened to a Famous Dex album.
I've never heard him before either.
Yeah, but like it's just really chill, kind of like nice music to listen to, you know, some good beats to it, some good hooks. I mean, lyrical content's not there. You don't really expect it in this kind of music a lot.
Yeah.
Especially with artists like him, I guess. But, you know, he has that song with A$AP Rocky, which is the first thing I heard. And, like, I really didn't anticipate the sound of the album based on that single, you know? Because that's kind of, like, a different sound than the rest of the album in a way.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, I didn't anticipate the sound of the album. I didn't really know what to expect going in, because the song I heard was Japan.
Yeah, which Japan's another good song.
Japan is an amazing song.
I like that song.
I can't, like, there are times where I just cannot get it out of my head.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like it's another example of that, just that final product of just really just the song and not caring so much about, like, aspects like bars per se, because really it's just about how the music makes you feel. And even if, like, I don't promote doing Xanax, you know,
yeah,
I'm not
really
talking about,
yeah.
I'm not trying to do, you know, 50,000 Xanax in Japan.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of hell. That's a lot of fucking Xanax.
Yeah.
That's hella fucking Xanax, and I'm not trying to do any of that. Like,
yeah, but like
the fact
sound
that the sound is just so happy.
Yeah, right.
And like enjoyable that it just makes you want to just dance.
Yeah. No, there's like a bunch of songs like that on the album. Like this first half of the album, I think, is like that. Every song's
it's
like
just very happy.
Yeah, it's a very like upbeat album. You know, even with like the lyrics, you know, you listen to them and you're just like, wow. I mean, I can write this stuff sometimes. You think of that, like, you know. He also tells you his real name's Dexter like 18,000 times.
It's on his passport and everything.
He's like, you can Google that. And I'm like, alright, dude, I'm not gonna Google it. I trust you. Like, you don't need to remind me every album, every song. So.
Dude, I wish my name was Dexter though. Like, that's a great name.
It kind of is, you know.
Dexter.
His last album had like Dexter's Laboratory on it, you know, like an album cover.
Yeah.
So like, you know.
Chris Webby did it first.
Oh well.
Shout out CT.
But his name Dexter, I don't think so. So.
Not the name Dexter. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like Webby's Laboratory or something. It was not
Webster's Lab. That was a great project though. Throwback.
Yeah. Okay. So Chris Webby, yeah, Connecticut.
CT song. You know what it is.
All right.
Oh man, we're having a ball.
Yeah. So really, those are the main artists we wanted to talk about from last weekend.
Did you listen to Lil Xans at all?
I did. And
what are your thoughts on that?
I think I have it last place in my year so far. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was pretty bad.
It wasn't great. I didn't know the other guy I don't listen to. I knew that one song he has, like
Betrayed.
Yeah, Betrayed. So like, that song was Ray Shremmerd. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Ray Shremmerd song is pretty. I've been listening to them a lot more.
Ray Shremmerd's dope.
I got tickets to see Childish Gambino in September. It was Ray Shremmerd's opening, and it's gonna be lit as hell. Like, it's funny because like when we were going to school together a few years ago, you were listening to them.
That was when Shrem Life 1 was out.
Yeah,
I think it was right when Trail Life 2 came out.
You were listening to when that song out, right?
Oh, that came out like that came out. Oh, yeah, okay.
That came out like
2015. Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably right when we met, and I was just like, man, this shit is garbage. Like, you know, I was listening to my EDM, and I was listening to like, you know, like the bars hip hop that like I was into, and I just couldn't get with it. But now like I'm going back, and I'm just like, man, I dig it. Like, and I really like the stuff they have coming out for this new album.
Shrem Life 3, it's supposed to be like 2 solo projects and a group project in one. I mean, that's understandable for it. It's going to be like probably like, I think it's 9 tracks, so 27 tracks, I think. It's like 9 tracks for each. But like, that makes sense because it's really 3 different parts of an album.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like a whole, you know, freaking, what's the big boy project above the Love Below.
For who? For what?
Outkast.
Oh,
when
Outkast,
they did their
okay.
double album,
Yeah.
you know, it's something in the Love Below. Speaker box. Sorry,
Yeah.
big boy. You know I love you. But yeah, it's cool to see groups explore different sides of their personalities, and it would be really interesting to compare.
Yeah, because like
the
Sway Lee and
joint
Slim
is
Jimmy
like.
have way different styles. Like Sway Lee's more the singing guy, does a lot of the hooks and stuff, and Slim Jimmy is kind of a in-your-face rapper style.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like interesting how like they vibe together on tracks, but it's also interesting to see what they do solo and see how like their tracks vary in style, because they probably will. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. But either way, I expect it to be a pretty solid project. I'm looking forward to another project. I'm looking forward to Post Malone, Beer Wells and Bellies next
Yes,
week.
that comes out next week.
Next week.
Next week.
My
Oh,
brother's
it's been
been
a
hyping it
while.
up for a while. It's been kind of a long delay. I mean, he's had a pretty good song put out so far for that album, so
Mhm.
I expect good results out of that album. He's kind of a guy that's blown up this past like 6 months or so too. Like I was Stoney's still in the top 10 on the charts.
Rockstar was really big.
Yeah, and then he's like his Stoney's still selling top 10 every
The
week.
song Psycho, that's the newest one, right?
I like
Ty
that
Dolla
song,
Sign.
yeah.
It's solid.
I mean,
Like,
it's not as
I
good,
hear
but
it
it's
on
solid.
I hear it on the radio, and I'm like, I get into it, but it's like something puts me off about it. I'm not sure what it is. I'm really interested to see how he puts a project together.
I mean, his last album is good, so.
His last album was solid, but like, and I enjoy Post Malone as an artist, but like, yeah, with his last album, it was just like it was one of those things where it just blends together so much. By the end of the album, I was just kind of like, all right, like, is it over? Like, I like your style, but like, where are you going? So I feel like with this album, he's really gonna have to like have like a nice, concise album with a nice flow of things, and it's, you know, sophomore album, so it's important to really just like cement yourself.
You don't want to hit that sophomore slump, you know. So,
yeah.
All right, so before we go, because we're getting to the end of our time here,
What are we doing?
we gotta talk about our playlist video that came out 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
So playlist picks, I don't know if anyone listened to them. You can comment below if you've listened to either of our playlists. Niles and I put out 8 songs each. Like we've been doing in the past on YouTube. This time in a little different format. Make it easier for it to be accessible to the viewers. You know, hopefully we put out good music for you to listen to. I think we have pretty good taste.
Yeah, they're fun playlists.
Yeah, there'll be more coming in what, 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll be at the beginning of next month. There's been like a lot of shit that's dropped. So.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff. I probably have more than 8 songs I can put on right now, but
yeah, I
have
could
to limit
put on,
myself.
but yeah. So I mean, those are out there. You can find them on our
page,
wall.
right
Just scroll down a little bit as we do more and more of them. What I'll probably end up doing is putting like a link to maybe a Google Doc in the About Us or something. So there's a link to all the playlists,
which is pretty cool.
And you can see what's good with them. So
yeah, and also before we go, Niles has a little self-promotion to do.
I'm not promoting myself, but
I
will promote my EP, which just came out this past Friday. Space Highway EP.
Space Highway, the song, great song.
Yeah.
I have to say. People should go check that out. Not right now. We'll share it on our page, I'm sure, because, you know,
I'll throw a link in the comments for anybody that's...
So, check out his EP that came out. It's on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube, whatever you name it, you can check it out. Niles puts a lot of effort into his music. He's been working hard. He has some dates coming up where he can be DJing in the area.
Yeah,
so.
May the 4th in New Haven, we're going to be playing at Pacific Tavern. I play at 9 o'clock. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so go check him out.
I will say one thing. On this EP, I drop more basses than Joey Badass's DJ at the end of each song. You know,
that's like, a lot of bass.
That's a lot of freaking bass.
That's a lot of bass.
That's
every
a
time,
lot of
like,
bass.
Every time, you know, he hits in a song.
Just
every
bass
time.
drop. Oh man,
it'd be cool if we could put a bass drop in right there on this.
I wish.
That's the end of our show.
That would be if we were back on YouTube, but
well,
it is what it is.
This is better. Anyway.
This is actually going to be on YouTube. This video is going to be on YouTube right now. Well, not right now, but you know how
Eventually.
it is. We've been recording this, so it's going to be on YouTube, and you can always rewatch it. And again, this is the thing that we'll be doing in the future, so that there's a better catalog of things for the future. God, it's really fucking trippy to watch.
Dude, you're just saying we have like 3 screens. It's fine then. Alright, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
It's been another fun time.
We'll see you next time, where we will be doing like bigger and better as always.
I agree.